You know, I never thought I would see the day when Harrison Ford, yes, that Harrison Ford, the same Harrison Ford that played Han Solo in Indiana Jones, I never thought I would see the day when Harrison Ford would star in an animated film made by Illumination. Think about that. The Secret Life of Pets 2. The Secret Life of Pets 2 is the totally necessary sequel to the original Secret Life of Pets movie, which came out back in, I think it was 2016, and it made like $875 million at the box office, so Illumination was like, why the hell not? Because we're a bunch of money grubbing, cash grabbers. We like to take money from kids, and we like to make a bunch of underwhelming animated movies. Although I actually kind of like the first Secret Life of Pets. But yeah. Anyway, in this sequel, we follow Max the dog, who this time is actually played by Patton Oswalt, not Louis C.K., because of the whole controversy surrounding him. But yeah, Patton Oswalt plays Max in this movie, and it follows him and Duke, and now his owner Katie. I think Katie was her name. But yeah, now his owner is married, and now they have a kid. Now Max is set out to protect that kid. That's one of the many plots that we have going with this movie. Alright, so let's get into The Secret Life of Pets 2. So, as you guys might imagine, I'm not the biggest fan of Illumination, other than like the first two Despicable Me movies. I did like the first Secret Life of Pets. I don't think it was great. It was clearly a ripoff of Toy Story. So, yeah, there's that. I couldn't give it like the highest score ever, even though it has like a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. But, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I wasn't really looking forward to this movie. I didn't really think it was all that necessary. I feel like the only reason it was made is to make more money, because the first movie made so much money. And there are some things I did like about this movie. First off, the animation. If there's one thing that Illumination always tends to do right, it is to have great-looking animation in their movies. I really like the animation in The Secret Life of Pets 2. I thought it looked really good. Like some of the dog designs I thought were really cool. And I will admit, there are some like nice little moments in the movie. I thought like there's this whole thing where Max tries to overcome his fear of things, basically, and I thought that was a nice little touch to it. And then, ironically enough, I mentioned Harrison Ford in the intro of this video. He plays this dog named Rooster, and he was actually a really good character, I thought. He's only in the movie for like 10 minutes, if that. He's barely in it. But when he was in it, I thought overall he was a pretty good character. And you see how he like helps Max overcome all his fears and things like that. I also thought that his little chemistry with Duke, I always thought that was really good in the first movie, and I think it's good here as well. And like some of the other characters, there's a few other characters that I did like overall, and I thought like Max's story, at least, like there's like 3 subplots in this movie. I thought Max's story was definitely the best one, and I just thought it was overall a good story. Like, we've seen it done before many times, but it was still a good story. It's a nice movie for kids as well. I think kids are really going to enjoy this movie, especially if they did enjoy the first one. And there's also another message in this movie about, like, regarding how animals are treated, or like circus animals are treated, I should say. Like how the circus treats certain animals that are forced to perform. I thought that was a nice little message as well. Even though there are a lot of things to like about The Secret Life of Pets 2, is this movie any good? Yeah, not really. It's a generic, cliched animated movie. We've seen everything in this movie done so many times before, and we've seen them done better. Like Toy Story 3, there's some moments in this movie that remind me of that. And then, of course, there's, like, even though there are some good characters, there are some really annoying characters as well. The main one being Snowball. played by Kevin Hart. Now, if you hated this character in the first movie, you're going to hate him even more here because he's even more obnoxious. And like the whole gimmick, like Super Bunny or whatever, Captain Snowball, whatever he's called throughout this movie, it grew old really fast. It was just super dumb, I thought. And it was so over the top. He was really annoying in this movie. And also the villain. Like, there actually is a human villain in this movie. I thought, like, he's barely in it, but yeah, he's just there just to be a villain. That's really all he's there for. He doesn't really have any motivation or anything like that. It was just really silly. Speaking of which, the final act of this movie, I feel like, had a lot of Toy Story 2-esque moments. Like, the whole movie doesn't rip off Toy Story 2, thank God, but yeah, like the final act of this movie had a lot of things that reminded me of the final act of Toy Story 2. So yeah, and of course, like all the other cliches as well, with all the messages and stuff. We've just seen them all done before. But yeah, some of the other characters I didn't like. Gidget. Gidget is like that white puffball dog. In case you don't remember, I don't remember who plays her, but yeah, she was annoying in this movie as well. There's this whole running joke where she has to like become a cat. I just thought that was really dumb, and the whole thing with like the old lady with like 100 cats or whatever that was, like I thought that was really dumb as well. I like how it tries to be the movie Bolt, where you have a dog you have a dog who hates cats, but then he has to end up bonding with a cat, and like it tries to do that in this movie as well, and I just thought it was really silly. And yeah, speaking of which, there's 3 subplots in this movie. It's like pick a plotline movie. You have Gidget's subplot where she has to guard she has to guard Max's little squeaky bee ball or whatever it is, and like yeah, that whole thing I thought was really silly. You have Snowball, and then a new character played by Tiffany Haddish, who I thought was pretty wasted. Yeah, that whole subplot was really annoying. They have to save this tiger from a circus, and the circus was treating the tiger really poorly. Yeah, and where did Tiffany Haddish's character even come from? We never really get into that. She doesn't really have a background, so yeah, I felt like she was pretty wasted in this movie. The jokes, for the most part, pretty much fall flat. There's a few funny moments, but other than that, not much. And yeah, it's just your generic kids movie. Adults, I don't think are going to like it, especially if they didn't like the first Secret Life of Pets film. It's not the worst animated movie in the world. It's just really boring and dull. At least it's only 87 minutes long. And speaking of which, the post-credit scene, or there's not really a post-credit scene, there's a mid-credit scene though. Oh my dear God, what the hell was that? Why? I was just like, why, movie? Why? It was so cringe. If you've seen the movie and you stay through the mid-credit scene, oh my God, I feel so bad. It was so stupid. While The Secret Life of Pets 2 is not the worst animated film I've seen this year, it's just a dumb, dull kids film. It's not going to be... It's just forgettable. You're not going to remember it within a few days, probably. It didn't really piss me off or annoy me too much, but I've just seen so many better animated films this year, and we've seen a lot of the tropes in this movie done in other animated films and done better. So yeah, I don't think I can recommend you go out and see this movie. If you have a kid that really wants to see it, then by all means, I think the kid will enjoy it. But just as a whole, Secret Life of Pets 2, it's a dumb animated film. And yeah, so I'm going to give The Secret Life of Pets 2 a 46% rotten rating. That is a C-. And there's my review of The Secret Life of Pets 2. Have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. And what's your favorite film from Illumination so far? Again, with me, it's the Despicable Me films, the first 2 anyway. But yeah, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. what your favorite Illumination film is and what you thought of this movie. If you have seen it, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content to come in the future. I'm seeing Dark Phoenix pretty soon. Oh boy, that'll be an experience. But yeah, make sure to stay tuned for the review of that movie. And until next time, once again, my name is the California Cougar. And always remember to stay California cool. Peace.